Grumble, grumble.
Hey everyone, it's the Grumpy Meeple, and I am coming back at you with the next installment in my playthrough of Tanares Adventures. This time we are moving on to the third quest, I guess. Either D or E. So I'm going to break this into two videos. This one is going to walk us through the journal on whichever adventure we choose, on through the setup of the map, and then I will do a second video which will be the full unedited gameplay. So the first thing we have to do is decide which one of these quests we want to do. So here we've got D, Hunger and Crime. If neglected, the populace and army may starve, and orcs may become allies of the Kemet, greatly impairing your ability to fight this war. The Emperor is missing. Many Iron Hand troops were lost in the invasion, and those who survived are busy in the protection of strategic points, such as portals. In the vacuum of power, criminality in the Imperial roads of Ubel has spiked up, especially from Svetan orc tribes waging a war of their own. Historic enemies of the Empire, the winning tribe will likely unite the orcs and ally with the Kemet. Food no longer flows as it used. After important Iron Hand wagons disappeared in the road, even Warfugee and its soldiers were affected. The expectation is to head south to protect the populace and find Warfugee supplies. If possible, learn how you can intervene in the orcs' civil war and stop their criminal activities in this province. Okay, so that sounds dire indeed. What do we got here? Adventure E, Undead Infestation. Oh, geez. If neglected, an army of undead may overwhelm the region and you won't know how to fight it. Context. Undead corpses like no other ever seen are roaming the region of Shortfall Forest between South Stravian and capital provinces. The outbreak began recently, which makes you think it may be connected with some sort of secret plan of the Kemet. These undead are rumored to spread disease, emit toxic mists and spores, and even kill trees that come in contact with them. Most of them are marching from as far east as Hazavarath, extended region Herbat, with the Kemet invading from west to east. Warfugee is being pressed in the middle. The expectation is head to Shortfall Forest to protect its people and learn what you can from these undead to know how you can fight against possibly the most important weapons of the Kemet in this war. Okay. So, I mean, neither one of these sounds great. I think I'm going to go with D, so I can get some experience fighting some orcs. All right, so having decided that, we go to our journal. D, Hunger and Crime, page 20. Oh, this looks much better, much less like extended bouts of reading rule books and such. Now we're finally playing. Woo! All right. Hunger and Crime. Sidura sent a representative to Sarah's Tavern to hand you a map of the wagon's route. Not long ago, a single soldier could lead a whole caravan and it would arrive untouched. That's how much respect the Iron Hands inspired, Sarah comments. But bandits know that the army doesn't have the troops to handle them, and I guess the fear of starvation is greater than the fear of imperial punishment. You take a portal to the caravan's last checkpoint and behold the scourge of war, starving people waiting for death in ransacked houses. You search for stagecoach tracks. If you can clear the road while escorting one of the wagons to Warfugee, others could then follow your lead. A while ahead, you hear an orc grunt. It was just bread. I'm starving. You have too much of it. It's not fair. A fat man yells back. Do you know the penalty for stealing? You'll lose your hand. One hand is grabbing the skinny orc's arm, the other a rusty short sword. All right, so I have some options here. Disarm the fat man from a distance. He's probably overreacting. B, don't intervene. If you allow bandits to go unpunished, maybe more will come to pillage the roadside towns. No, I'm not letting him kill this skinny little orc. Look at this poor bastard. I'm disarming his ass. So I'm going to 2. You manage to take a shot at the man's weapon. He's scared but not injured. The orc takes the opportunity to push the man's hand away and grabs the weapon as it falls to the ground. Aha! The messers become the messies, the orc yells, brandishing the sword. You and your race are oppressive monsters, the man blurts, undeserving of a single bread crumble. You are the oppressor here, hoarding food while the city starves. Take the penalty you meant for me. The orc is about to strike the man, but this time from his position you cannot disarm him. Well, you fucking orc. I have the option to either kill the orc or to decide that such an intervention is a line you won't cross. Just run towards the scene and let the orc finish the job. I mean, I'm trying to stop a orc invasion. I don't think that starting by killing a functionally defenseless, starving orc is going to help me. So I'm going to have to go to 5. The orc aims for the man's wrist, but the fat man lowers his guard at the last second, and the sword deals a lethal blow to his neck instead. Wondering whether you should have intervened at all, you reprehend the orc, who introduces himself as Oktar. He explains that his leader deemed him too weak to search for the lava axe in Svelen, so he was sent west to find ways to fund his tribe's war chest. You ask him to take you to his tribe. Oktar is alive. Okay, that looks like something that needs to be written down. So, looks like a fact. Let's just see. Oh, right, and we do need to write adventure. We're on adventure D. There's like a list of facts. Here we go. Oh, that's odd. I don't see that. Well, I would have thought that that would be something they would want you to write down. Oh well. All right, now we go to 6. Walking further down the road with your saved companion, you hear loud laughter. It's an Iron Hand officer getting along with orc bandits. After 3 long months doing nothing in this end of world, I'll finally earn the payment I deserve. When this war ends, I'll be richer than my noble father, and I hope you have the lava axe to lead all orc tribes. Remember, just rough them up a bit, like Cordal taught us, an orc says. If they die, we can't come back to steal more of their production. On the other hand, these ones are dangerous. Kill them. The orc lead points at you, and his 4 orc bandits rush to attack. What? What about my bro? Ain't this some shit? Each hero rolls a basic attack against defense 6. Remember that basic attacks have +1 to roll. If you hit, you kill an orc before it can react. If you miss, an orc manages to hurt you before dying. Take 6 damage. Okay, so first of all, we need to get set up on the damage board here. We also need the rule book because I need to know what the fuck tokens to use because I finally have my board. So figured I'd go ahead and actually use that for tracking my damage and such. Got my plastic tokens here. A little disappointed because, you know, there's no Tanares Adventures plastic token pack, so all this shit is still cardboard, and I don't like mixing them. So that's kind of a bummer. But what are you gonna do? All right, so I think the circles are supposed to be the good guys. I don't know why they have skulls on the backs of them. No, well, that can't be. Or is it? Perhaps it is. That's the tactician. That's meant to be the bruiser. Yep. We've got a controller. That's not the controller symbol. See, what are these other fucking circles then? You dumb bastards. This isn't one either. Yeah, there we go. They're nice tokens. I mean, it's just that you know, having to mix and match them is shit. So the bruiser starts with 65. Controller starts with 60. Brute starts with 65, and the healer starts with 60. All right, each hero rolls a basic attack against defense 6. Shit, what the fuck did I do with my dice? Dice. Beautiful dice. Need that, and that. There's something about these regular dice that they're just like butt ass ugly to me. I don't know. I despise them. All right. Using my new dice tower that I got. It is a beauty. It's a real shitty roller though. All right, so that's a 3, a 17, a 10, and a 1. Book your couch, dice tower. Now I'm on the dice tower, we'll live over there. All right, so if you hit, you kill an orc. An orc manages to hurt you, take 6 damage. So defense 6, the healer and the brute get their hits. And the other 2 take 6 damage. So what the rest of them? 6. All right. Then go to 7. 7. Surprised by your power, the Iron Hand officer and the orc leaders flee. You decide to go after one of them to get to the bottom of whatever is going on around here. Choose who you'll pursue. Then there's all sorts of weird shit going on here. All right, so do I want to pursue the Iron Hand officer or the orc leader? I'm going after the orc leader because it's his motherfucking boys that are screwing up my day. All right. Put a black Marker on slot 25. And the fuck are the... Oh, the mana cubes, right? Heroes put one of their unearned mana on slot 0. Okay. Each hero chooses one action to perform. A, chase, roll 1d20 and advance your mana by the amount rolled. Instead, if you roll a 1, reduce it by 5, minimum of 0 as you trip and fall. B, sprint, roll 2d20 and advance your mana by the highest result. Instead, if any of the dice rolls a 1 or 2, reduce it by 5 as you trip and fall. Run like mad. Roll 4d20 and advance your mana by the highest result. And then if you roll a 1, 2, 3, or 4, you reduce your mana cube by 5. If any hero reaches or passes the... Oh, wow, this is really interesting. If any hero reaches or passes the black mana slot, you catch a fugitive. After each hero takes one action, increase the black by 10. This represents the enemy's flight. If the black reaches 70, go to 9. Wow, okay, that's actually really interesting. Roll 1d20 in advance by the amount rolled. Roll 2d20 in advance by the highest result. Or roll 4d20 in advance by the highest result. That seems really risky. All right, so I guess I'll start off with the brute. He's a bit of a wild one. He's gonna roll. It's a good thing I have all these extra dice. He's gonna run like mad. Okay, well, he doesn't fail. And so he gets to run 15. Almost could have caught that son of a bitch. Okay, our healer, she is slow. She's just gonna roll 2. Yeah. She trips and falls. Because she's a freaking oaf. Controller is just gonna roll 1. And she gets a 2. Lucky her. Right, because if you just roll 1, you get to keep the result. And the bruiser is gonna go all out. Just like the barbarian. Ah. Damn, she had 2 19s too. You know what? Technically, this didn't fall into the dice thing. No, just kidding. Fuck. Yeah, she trips. So we go to the next round, and he moves 10. Shit. Maybe I'll just do this over here. Groot's going all out. Well, no. Groot's gonna roll 2. Wait, no, that was a 7, not a 1. Sorry. Yeah, so now he gets to move forward 7. He's never gonna catch this fucker though. Controller's going. Controller's going with 2. All right. This is a really cool mechanic and so simple and elegant and such a great use of this board. The Bruiser's just gonna roll 1. Yep, so she gets to move forward 8. And the Healer is just gonna roll 1. And 18. Yeah. He goes 10. How the fuck am I ever supposed to catch this guy? I'd have to roll like all 20s. And even if I did, I still wouldn't catch him. Bruiser's going all out. Damn it! Let's see who's back. Controller going with 2. So 16. Healer 2. Bruiser rolls at 11. Yes, I'm one of those people who likes to count out his moves. Fucking deal with it. I mean, this is over. Sure I'm doing this right. Slot 25, right? How the fuck did he... turns have I taken? I feel like I've taken that many. I guess on his first turn he moved there. Yeah, alright, that makes sense. Bruiser. Just going with 2. Controller. Still don't see how she could even catch him. Healer rolls a 14. And like, if you think about this, you would almost have to roll a 20 in your first run to even have a chance of catching this guy, because that puts you at 20. he's already moved up to 35, so you still need a 15 or better. I guess that's why you have to roll more dice, actually. So you have, you have a better chance of falling, but you also have a better chance of catching him. The bruiser. He moves to 65. This is the controller. Wait, so that was on 20. Okay, so she gets a 20. Look at this shit. And he's gone. And that's it. Go to go to section 9. He got away. That's insanely hard. Who the fuck's ever gonna do that? The pursuit is exhausting and you're demoralized after letting them escape. Choose one hero to gain 1 weakened token. Weakened tokens. I feel so much better playing this game now that I've got it organized and set up a little bit better. I can't tell you how much that affects me. I get very anxious. Right. Deal -3 attack damage. Guess I'll get this to the healer. I'm the least concerned with her damage. If Oktar is alive, go to 12. Yeah. You resort to Oktar's alternative of finding the lava axe. He says that whoever wields his mythical weapon will earn the respect of the tribes. All orc would bend their knees. Violence on the roads could diminish significantly. But Oktar's information is dubious and incomplete. You spend a lot of time and effort trying to find the right path across the scalding Svetland Desert. Choose one hero to gain 1 weakened token. Well, in for penny, in for pound on her. And then you go to 13. After a few portal hops and a while wandering, you finally see the magnificent Efferhild Citadel near the horizon line. From there, it's easier to find the path to the right cave. This doesn't make the trip any easier, for it is a harsh desert. The sun is scorching and the wind is strong. As you reach the top of a dune, you see an old man far ahead, crawling away from a monstrous scorpion. The scorpion's venom could be helpful. Move closer to attack it. Shoot the beast from where you stand just to drive it off, for the man is in danger. Yeah, 15. We gotta save that old man. You shoot the monster. It flees, vanishing under the sand. The old man is a very weak and tired Talumaki. He appreciates the water you share with him. I'm a blacksmith, and I'm in debt. Let me practice my craft by improving your weapons. A hero gains 2 empowered tokens. Instead, if the black marker is on 50, what? 2 heroes gain 2 empowered tokens. Your food makes him better nourished, he can work harder. All right, so somebody gains 2 empowered tokens. Whatever. And empowered tokens do the exact opposite. Yeah, deal +3 attack damage. That's gonna be... Who do we want to be empowered? I'm gonna give it to the controller. She can fuck people up at range. And I like that. I'm gonna try and set like a standardization for where I put this shit so that I know where to look for it. Alright. You give him directions to a portal. He will be safer in Lone Peak. Move to 16. You find and enter Jewel Hall, a well-conceived cave with 2 tunnels that take you further underground. If you decide to take the left tunnel from where a warm draft comes, put black on slot 1. Or if you wish to take the tunnel to your right that issues a chilly breeze, put black on slot 2. The only question is, what do I do with the black that's already out there? Not to mention all these other fucking cubes. Do they stay on there? Say anything about removing them? I mean, I assume I'll remove my mana cube, but maybe not. I'm on slot 1 or slot 2. Take the tunnel to your right that issues a chilly breeze. I'm looking for the fucking lava axe, so I'm gonna go to slot 1. I'm going to the warm side. Go to the quest guide and set up quest 4 lava axe. Fuck yeah! About to get lavaed. I'm gonna use my dope ass new lava too. Lava axe. Explore desert tunnels to find a legendary orcish weapon hiding in the magma depths. Primary objective: obtain the lava axe and kill all villains from event 2. Read 410. What the fuck does that mean? Do you only read that? Okay, you only read that if you complete the primary objective. If you lose, read defeat journal. Begin event 2 for more rewards. What? Okay. The extra challenge is all orcs surrender. Special rules: surrendering orcs. If you refrain from killing the orcs that arrived here first, they may give you clues about the location of the lava axe. If at any time 3 heroes are in one of an orc with 5 hit points or less, it surrenders. When this happens, pick any tool token. You will use it later. What the fuck is a tool token? Tool token? Yeah, there's no such thing as a tool token. The fuck are they talking about? Are they talking about the object tokens? No. Maybe? Who picks any tool token? One of us or all of us? I'm assuming by tool token they mean these object tokens, but there's only 4 of them. See, this is the kind of goofy shit that I'm talking about. These guys, I feel like, some of this stuff I feel like is like a translation issue. Whatever, we'll deal with it when we get there. There's a single red door you can attack, and you can get Cordal's hidden treasure. Do an interact to remove it. Each hero gains 2. There are going to be chests on the board too. All right. Initial setup. After reading the special rules, which we just read, read 4.1 in the journal. Oh, okay. Now we leave the adventure and we go to Lava Axe 227. I'm not gonna lie, that little chase was one of the cooler things that I've ever seen abstracted out in a board game. That was fucking awesome. Really clever design. All right, quest chapter 4, Lava Axe. The walls reverberate with the noise of what is going on further ahead. Sounds of fights, heavy maces crashing into wooden shields, skulls being crushed, and death. The good news, you seem to be close to the Lava Axe. The bad news, you are not the only one. You exit into a large corridor where many other tunnels end. If you have slot 1, place the heroes on the stair tile that occupies square A5. Each may reassign 2 skill tokens. Place in your room a goblin and a couple orcs. Damn, if I go for slot 2, the chilly tunnel seems to be the most dangerous one. A couple of goblins follow you. Place heroes on the stairs tile. Oh, that's really cool. You can come up in a different spot on the map. Yeah, so you actually get a couple of more enemies if you had gone that way. Okay. So I guess it's time to get that shit set up. All right, so I think I'll go ahead and cut it there. I'll set this up and then we'll come back. Hope you're enjoying it.